Hi, my name is Krista DuChene. I'm an Olympian, third place at the 2018 Boston Marathon, registered dietitian and mom of 3. This is my daughter Leah, and we are here to support the Scotiabank Charity Challenge. It's a fundraising initiative that enables participants of any of Scotiabank's 6 sponsored marathons to make their race more meaningful by fundraising for any local charity of their choice. The Scotiabank Charity Challenge presents Homestretch. It's a national campaign in support of the 500 registered Canadian charities. So what we're going to do today is we are going to make granola. This is a family favorite, and it's something that's really easy to do. Our kids make it, and we always make sure that we've got these ingredients on hand in the kitchen at all times. So Leah and I have made it many times, and we've got the ingredients out, so we're just going to walk you through this. So we're going to start with 6 cups of oats, and we are going to just throw that into the bowl. Oats are really good for fiber and all right, so we're just going to add that 1, 2. You can add other oats that you may have on hand. Stoked oats is one type that has different flavors that you could choose from. And this recipe is something that you don't have to do perfectly all the time. So if you mess up with the measurements, it usually works out, and that's great for us. Next, we're going to do 1 cup of oil. So we're going to throw that in. And then after, we're going to do a cup of honey. Really family-friendly recipe. And one thing that we do with this recipe is we make some with nuts and some without, just because if it's going to school, we want to make it nut-free. Okay, the next thing that we're going to add is this is chopped up nuts and seeds. So I think we've got almonds, pecans, walnuts, and then we have, I think it's pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. So we are going to do a cup of that. Yeah, just kind of throw it in there. All right. Okay, so obviously with this having the nuts and seeds, this isn't going to be something that goes to school. And then next we're going to do a cup of sprinkles. So the sprinkles has chia seeds, hemp, and flax. So again, a lot of good nutrients in there that are beneficial. So we're just going to do a cup of that. All right. Okay. So this is what I call my sprinkles. I put them in a jar, so I get this big dish and I fill it with the chia, the hemp, and the flax. And then I have a bunch of jars that I keep in a cool place. So anytime I run out of my sprinkles, I just have one of the kids go downstairs and get a jar. And this is something that you can add to muffins or oatmeal or yogurt, and it's just really easy when it's done that way. All right, the next that we're gonna add is a cup of chocolate chips. We like chocolate in this family, and pretty much anything that we bake is gonna have chocolate chips in it. All right, a few extra there. Okay. And then the last thing that we're gonna add is the bran buds. So bran buds, again, an excellent source of fiber that helps with keeping your blood sugars and blood cholesterol within normal range. It also helps with bowel regularity, and it makes you feel full longer. So just put a cup of that, and I will post this recipe so that you have the exact amounts, but it's pretty easy because it was 6 cups of the oats, and then a cup of oil, honey, nuts and seeds, the sprinkles, chocolate chips, and the bran buds. If you want, you could add dried fruit like craisins, raisins, apricots, whatever. We're not a huge fan, do you want to stir that, Leah? Of dried fruit, but it's certainly something that you could do that would make it taste good. So we're going to preheat the oven to 325. and we're gonna mix this up. And so what we usually do is I put out some parchment paper on this big baking sheet, which we use for a lot of different things in the kitchen. And so 325 Fahrenheit for the oven, and we put it in halfway. We'll turn it over so that it's golden brown, and usually when you start to smell it, that's probably when it's done being cooked. So it just depends on your oven and maybe what you've put in it, how long it will take, but keep your eye on it so that you don't overcook it or burn it. So what's really easy about this recipe is that if you make a lot of it, you can put it in the freezer. So what we'll do is we'll put it in smaller little containers and then pull it out and use it. You can have it with yogurt or with fruit or with milk. Okay, so Leah, do you want to dump it onto this sheet? Yep, just dump it onto this parchment paper. Yep, perfect. Great, I'll scrape that out. Okay, so we'll just spread it out onto this. Okay. Okay, so another thing about this recipe is that it's really handy for before school. It could be a breakfast that you might serve for your kids or they might like. It's something that you could take to school nut-free as a snack or for their lunch, and it's a good after-school snack too. So we see our kids pulling it out at different times of the day. Sometimes it's a snack when they come home from sports, or it's something that they have before bed. And it's something also that you could take if you're traveling on the road and say you've got a long day ahead of you. Another thing it could be used for is if it's a long day, like at a swim meet or a hockey tournament or a track meet where you're going to be busy all day and you need to be eating throughout the day. So we've used it for that many times. Now another thing about granola is that it's consistent with what we find important in our family for baking at home. We try to do that as much as we can. Muffins, cookies, you name it. There's three things that we find important, and that is that when you bake at home, it's usually less money. You can buy in bulk and make your food at home that way and save money. Less packaging, so we're not opening up little packages and throwing it in the garbage and adding to the waste. And usually better quality of nutrition in terms of what you're going to get. So we will stick this in the oven, and again, like I said, keep an eye on it. Turn the oven light on. Halfway through, we will flip it. Golden brown is what you want. And so that brings us to the end of this. Thank you so much for watching. If you're able, please support one of the over 500 incredible charities. We're so glad to be a part of this. Thank you.